I think we're on. It looks like we're on. Great. Here we are. Here's the show. The show is started. It's called, the show is called Jack In. Can we get the logo? Where's the logo? Oh no, that's not the logo. There we go. Jack In, with me, Barnard Morrisonberg. That's what the show is called. And there's a little bubble with my name, Barnard Morrisonberg, internet habitant. That's the conceit of the show. Okay, is I live here in the internet. I used to be human, like presumably most of you listening, but I didn't care for it. Okay, so I uploaded myself into the internet, and that's what happened. So just that's it's a comedic premise. Okay, just go with it. The world, as far as I can tell, the whole world is on fire out there. But in here, in the internet, it's nice and cozy, like a nice mother's womb. That's what it's like living here in the internet. Sometimes it's itchy, but it's fairly cozy, is what I'm saying. So here we are. And as far as I know, I'm the only one here, except let me introduce my friend and band leader. I don't even know what he is, but he's here. For some reason he's here. Meeps, welcome to the show, Meeps.
Good to see you.
That's like a new catchphrase, huh? You're trying out a new catchphrase.
I like it. I think it makes me seem more real.
Good to see you. That's a good catchphrase. I think you should go with that. You should say that more often. It could be your thing.
How's your day?
Oh, frankly, everything's terrible. But that's why we're here to do comedy. What better time to do comedy if everything wasn't terrible? Why would you need comedy, right? Then you would just be sitting poolside and drinking Mai Tais, but we're not. Let's see. Okay, let's do some. Let's take a look at some at what's happening in the world besides hurricanes and fires and the Trump family. Let's see what else is going on. I saw Meeps. I saw a story that said a teenager was rushed to the hospital after a snake bit him on the penis.
Oh boy.
I don't know if he's okay. I didn't read the whole story. I'm curious why his penis was in such proximity to a snake. Somehow,
I believe it happened near a toilet.
It was one of those snake-filled toilets? I wonder, is it better to sit or stand if you're gonna pee in a snake-filled toilet? I don't know.
I always use a squatty potty.
That's probably the safe bet. Oh, what else is happening? David Chang, New York chef David Chang under fire for making a BLT sandwich taste better. His fans said it was blasphemy. Well, it's good people still have room for outrage over bacon sandwiches. With everything going on.
It's good to important. Focus on something important, like bacon sandwiches.
Everybody's dying from viruses and fires and hurricanes. But hey, get upset about a new bacon sandwich. That's probably the best use of your time.
How dare you try to improve what we've all agreed on is perfect.
Right. The BLT. the training wheels of a sandwich. How could it ever be any better?
What was so blasphemous about his recipe? Do you
Uh,
know?
let's see. It says here, green tomatoes, organic mayo, and crucifixion.
Oh, I see. That adds up.
that 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 joke was emailed to me by comedian Gary Peterson. If you, I don't want to take too much credit for it.
I think you should take all the credit for it.
Okay, there's the banter. We talked about the news. We avoided the real issues that are plaguing the country and the planet and the universe. But that's what we're here for. Look, this is a talk show, so maybe we should bring somebody on and talk to him. Are you ready for this, Meeps? You wanna play in our guest? Let's give it a go. Okay, let's bring up the TV set. There it is. Here we go. Our first guest today is a comedian whose name is Ian Zandi. There he is. Ian, you're on, Ian. How are you doing?
I am holding up just okay. I'm good.
Well, welcome to the show. It's okay. You don't have to say good anymore. We're all in agreement that if somebody says, how's it going? You can just say shitty and leave it at that.
I agree with that. I want to say, when I popped on the TV, was that Willie Ames as Bible Man?
Behind, let's see what's behind you on the TV. Oh, it's just some random.
It's just
some random static YouTube videos that might have been stolen without permission, but we're not going to talk about that right now. All right, so what's going on in your life, Ian, right now?
Yeah, not much. Going to work, coming back, same thing day after day, counting down until I die.
Counted the days until you die. Is that your religion? We're just gonna count the days until we die.
Yeah, and I know exactly how many there are until I die.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is that a curse, or is it somehow freeing to know how many days are left?
It's both. I would say it's a very Twilight Zone concept. 700 days left. So,
700.
Yeah.
So it sounds good when it's still in the hundreds. When it gets down to like 7, then I guess you would start worrying.
Yeah. It's like the hundreds are good. 69 is good. And then after that, it's all downhill.
69 days until your death is the funniest day. Probably the funniest day you're alive.
Objectively, I just pull pranks on everyone on that day.
Just that day is for pranks and oral sex.
That's which is my everyday anyway. So.
Oh well, then you're luckier than I am. If your days are filled with pranks and oral sex, you're a lucky person.
Yeah, a lot of tying shoelaces together. What's another prank? That's mostly the prank I do, honestly.
Shoelaces and fellatio are the two main things.
That's my biography name: Shoelaces and fellatio.
Feel free to use that. Oh, okay. What else? You told me that you believe your generation is the sad generation or the saddest generation.
Oh yeah. A lot of people wonder why my generation is so sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why are they sad?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. For example, the world around us, but I think you could funnel it all down to one reason specifically. And that reason was How to Save a Life by the Fray was played every single day of my childhood. Like that's
Wait, what?
How to Save a Life, the song by the Fray, was played every single day of my childhood. Now I'm telling my age with this. That was in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
But every single day, like you have your mom drop you off at school. Bye, son. Have a good day. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along the every single day.
So it's connected to your mother leaving you.
Every,
Oh, it's good. Both-
every single yes.
That was. I think we just heard from. Miriam. There's our other guest, Miriam.
Sorry, I
cutting
can't turn
in.
it off.
Okay.
Always working.
I'm putting you back in the void, Miriam.
All right. Okay.
And the thing
Okay.
is, that wasn't the only sad song. There were so many sad songs in the mid 2000s because they needed something to kick people off American Idol with.
Right. But hey, sad songs say so much.
They do. There's You Had a Bad Day. Da 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 da. That one. There was
He was just a freshman. What was that Suicide song about? He was just a freshman. She was just somebody was just a freshman.
Is that an Avril Lavigne song? The Skater Boy? Is that what you're trying to sing?
Maybe that's it. That's more of a Gen X reference.
No, it is not an Avril Lavigne.
No,
It is
I
a
don't
very
know.
sad song. We were only freshmen. We were all only freshmen. It was
We were only freshmen. These are my as a Gen X comedian pretending to be a baby boomer as a cartoon baby boomer. I don't get all of your millennial references, but take it from our generation. We started out caring about shit, and now we don't care about nothing. maybe that's the way to go. We were the generation that was going to make a difference, and then we just said, "Oh, we didn't,"
and just left it at that.
And let's just leave it at that. The millennials could clean it up, or if you fail, maybe Gen Z.
I'm somewhere in between. I consider myself somewhere in between, so I'll just blame both sides.
A zillennial.
A zillennial?
Is that what you are?
A generation zillennial.
Generation zillennial.
It sounds like something from John Carter of Mars or something.
It's officially in the DSM.
The
As
psychology
a
book?
diagnosis, yes.
You're a diagnosed zillennial.
Is it fatal?
There is
it's
a
like,
prescription for it.
how do you battle this?
Usually,
zillennialism.
Wellbutrin is the first attempt, mixed maybe with some Adderall or Ritalin, depending upon how much or how little ADD you have. But you have it. And, depending upon what type of therapy would be best, there will definitely also be medication required.
Okay. All right. Back to the void again with Miriam. That's your your free diagnosis.
Just drugs.
That's it. That's your parting gift for being on the show. Jack in is a free diagnosis by Dr. Miriam Brickenbaum.
Oh, doesn't
Go-
need
go-
free therapy.
go on Wellbutrin, and then you'll be like a Gen Xer who doesn't give a shit anymore.
That's why we like to call it, oh, well, Butrin.
Oh well, who gives a shit? Give me another pill. What else? You said tattoo artists. What was it? The names of tattoo artists.
Oh yeah. I actually
we were talking about before the show.
No, I was because I used to work at a tattoo supply company actually, and everyone at this company had a nickname, except for me and one other employee, and that other employee's name was Hanson, which is a cool name on its own. Like he doesn't need a fucking nickname.
Like Madonna, it was just one name. He was just
one
Hanson.
name. Just Hanson.
I don't have a nickname or a second name or a middle name.
Nobody called him Mbop.
Nobody called no, and even worse or better, depending on how you look at it, after he did any activity, after he made a sandwich, after he used the bathroom, after he made a sale on the phone, he would say, "That's how Hanson does it." Like he had his own catchphrase, and he referred to himself in third person like Elmo. And he got away with it. Like, I'm not angry with it. If anything, I'm jealous of him. Like, that's fantastic.
It doesn't work for everyone. Like, you can't just go around going, "That's how Ian does it."
Well, that's the thing. You see, I'm like, okay, shit. Everyone has a nickname. I need to give myself a nickname. So I give myself a nickname, Izzy, which is Ian Zandi. You combine it, Izzy. And I would use that. I would sign up on the potlucks as Izzy. I would I think I used it in my email signatures, but still nobody would use it because you can't give yourself a nickname. You have to let someone else do that.
It never sticks.
It never sticks. And the thing is, it would be a lot of cold calling too. So it'd cold call these tattoo shops from this tattoo supply company, seeing if they need supplies. But all I would get would be the name of the tattoo artist and the name of the shop. So I'd call and I would be like, "Hey, my name is Ian. Can I please speak to Demon Come 420 and see if you'd like to buy supplies?" Like, all I would have is this bizarre tattoo nickname and be like, "Hey, can I talk to Skull Fucker 69 and see if he wants to buy a tattoo gun?" Like, and they're like,
he's one of my clients.
Oh, yeah.
Demon Come 420.
I'm not supposed to say that. I'm so sorry.
How is Demon Come 420?
How's he doing?
The quarantine has been hard.
How's Demon Come 420? I want to know.
Well, he's holding up, as we all are.
Hopefully there's a cure for his condition.
He has not had enough Demon Come in his quarantine.
Neither have most of us.
It's very common. I'm seeing a lot of it.
The virus would not happen if we didn't.
That's the real tragedy of the whole virus thing, is not enough Demon Come.
That's true. And 420.
That's the only silver lining about the virus is 420.
That's true. That's very true. I don't know. I've had a lot of weed, more than I normally do.
Yeah, you don't get to be a comedian playing a cartoon a cartoon old man without some weed in your system.
I always wondered how to get to that point. Now I know.
You'll get there. You'll get there eventually.
Is that a promise or a threat?
It's just the way of the world. Okay. Let's see. What other topics were we talking about?
Talking about ahead of time? Yeah. Let's see.
Unsolved Mysteries was a topic we were talking about.
Have you watched the new program, actually? The new one on Netflix?
Yeah.
Or the old one?
I did. Well, I watched the first season of the new one. I think there might be a new season coming out. There was a UFO episode, and a French guy who killed his family and took all the pictures but left the frames.
Wow. I will admit I've never seen the show, but I want to see that episode specifically. I hope it was a mime, because I'm picturing like the white and black outfit. It's just a criminal mime. Whoa. Pitch that. Criminal mimes.
Criminal mimes. It's a go. You gotta go picture right there. You gotta go series. That's green light.
That's not even part of my bit. I need to write that down. Criminal mimes. But I've never seen the show Solve Mysteries. But using my male white ego, I'm gonna pitch the premises anyway of my new season of Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay. So if I had a new season of Unsolved Mysteries, it would be Unsolved Mysteries. What is the stock market? Nobody knows what the stock market is. You know, they just go over there. It's a bull market. It's an ox market. And everyone's like, yeah, it's an ox market. It's good. That's a good ox market. It's a good hamster market. And everyone's like, yeah. Nobody knows what the fuck it means.
You don't want one of them hamster markets, I'll tell you
No.
that.
No, have you had a hamster market?
Back in the day, there was a hamster market. There was a run on all the gerbil wheels. Hey, that was Meeps. I think I deserve a rim shot for that one.
There you go. Unsolved mysteries. Unsolved mysteries.
Okay, unsolved. What is the stock market? That's a good mystery.
Yep.
I think it's just I think it's just a scroll of random letters and numbers, as far as I can tell.
Oh, for the stock market? Yeah, it's completely random. Another pitch, unsolved mysteries. Why do men say they don't want a long-term relationship, but then they use the same 3-in-1 shampoo for 5 years in a row? Unsolved mysteries.
Does that constitute a long-term relationship?
5 years? Yeah, I would say so. Honestly, 2 years in LA, 5 years anywhere else.
Look, it's sometimes it's tough to break up with your shampoo, especially if it's 3-in-1. It's doing the job of 3 things.
That's a polyamorous shampoo.
That's like a foursome. It's you and your 3 shampoos.
I think about that every time I take a shower. I'm like, this is like a foursome right now.
Yeah.
As I scrub my own body down.
Why am I so alone if I have so many shampoos?
I'm just telling myself that same joke over and over again. Different silly voices. 4 different silly voices. That way it feels like I'm talking to someone.
What does your shampoo sound like?
Oh, that's all. It's more of a sound than a personality.
Just a random interjection here and there.
The other one says bazinga. Like it's mostly anything that ends.
A Big Bang Theory. That was a Big Bang Theory fan.
Yes. Among the other quotes from Big Bang Theory. There was one more unsolved mystery, and that would be
What's that?
Unsolved mysteries. Why is Mitch McConnell?
Full stop. Why is Mitch McConnell?
Yep. Why?
That's a good question.
Unsolved. Never find out.
That is a mystery that hopefully we'll find out. Another question: is Mitch McConnell mortal?
Is he...
Let's hope we find that out soon too.
If we don't find out, then I'm gonna assume yes. I actually don't like unsolved mysteries.
I like my mysteries solved.
I like my woman like I like my mysteries solved. I don't know. That's where it sounds like the rim shot. But it's a show about how bad they are at their jobs. Like
the cops.
Yeah, the cops are. I don't know who solves the mysteries. I think detectives. Detectives are cops. Yeah.
Detective cops.
Detective
Maybe
cops.
they need to bring in some therapists to solve the real mystery.
Some therapist cops.
The real mystery is within your own mind.
Whoa.
We could put it.
Criminal
why did the French mime kill his family and leave the picture frames?
That would have to do with his mother, obviously.
When he was running away, was he pretending to walk against a strong wind?
And that
Stuck
wind
inside a box.
represents his own feelings of inadequacy.
Yeah.
But they made a whole show around how bad they are at their jobs. Like if they made a show about how bad I was at my job, it would just feature me like screaming at printers and vending machines all day, like with my hand stuck up in it. Like, no, it's not what it looks like. They don't make a show about that, but they make a show about the detectives.
Unpurchased candy from the candy machine.
Yes.
It doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it does not. What would a show? I guess this is your show technically, but a show about how bad you are at your job. What do you have a job in the internet? What is your job?
It's pretty much just hanging out.
Chilling,
that's what
relax.
I get paid for.
Chilling, relaxing, acting all cool.
Yeah, I'm a professional chiller. Chilling, little bit of illin.
What does the illin entail?
I stole that from a Bart Simpson joke. That was a Bart Simpson joke, I think. Chilling, little bit of illin.
You're animated, so I think you're allowed to. Is that That's racist of me? I don't know. That might be a little prejudice.
We don't all know each other, but I'll tell you this: Bart Simpson in real life, he's an asshole. So
okay, that's good to know. In my head, I'm trying to think back. Is that the Scientologist?
The Scientologist, Bart Simpson?
Bart Simpson?
No, but the voice actor for one of them's the Scientologist.
Oh. Yardley Smith? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe.
I think it might be Lisa. I could be wrong.
Oh no, Yardley Smith is Lisa. What's the Nancy Cartwright?
I think it's Nancy Cartwright. Yeah.
Maybe she is. Who knows? All right. Well, Ian, why don't you stick around and let's talk to Miriam, even though she's been chiming in all over your set and your time. So feel free to do the same.
To do that.
Feel free to do the same for hers. Stick around, Ian. We'll bring you both on in a second. Miriam, Dr. Miriam Brickenbaum, mental health expert from where are you coming from? New York City.
Yes, I am up at my practice near Columbus.
The island, the upper west.
Manhattan. Yes, it is. Well, it is like the Middle West, I suppose.
The Middle West.
It is the beginning of the Upper West. It is the lower Upper West Side.
How is it? California is apocalyptic, I guess. Most of the South is washed away. How's New York doing?
Well, surprisingly, New York is doing what it does best, dealing with its trauma head on, face on, if you will. People have been wearing masks a lot more. Due to a combination of education, the beautiful Andrew Cuomo, and people yelling at each other. And we have gotten our COVID numbers much more under control. And we are not currently on fire, so I would say in the great New York, LA showdown, we are doing all right now.
Right. For any other year, it wouldn't be so good, but for 2020, you guys are doing all right.
But 2020, we're about to open indoor dining very shortly, by the end of the month.
Wow, good luck with that.
Yeah, well, I am getting a sharp uptick in anxiety cases in my practice.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people... Surprisingly, though, a lot of clients that struggle with OCD feeling very good, feeling very well adjusted, feeling very vindicated.
Yeah, I guess Howie Mandel is finally normal.
We all have rubber gloves now, so
right.
He fits right in.
OCD, turns out OCD was the way to go the whole time.
Yeah, it's like I called that one. That's their feeling.
Do you recommend that your clients compulsively wash their hands over and over all day?
Not compulsively. We like to set songs are good limits. We were doing that from before. instead of making sure people were washing long enough, we were doing it to make sure they didn't wash too long. They're only
Right.
allowed a
Happy
few rounds
birthday.
of row your boat. Yes, maybe one happy birthday.
Couple of row your boats or a happy birthday.
Yes.
Are there any? Tell me this. Are there any non-annoying songs that you can sing while you wash your hands?
Well, the goal with us was for it to be as annoying as possible, so you would want to stop doing it.
Right. I get through one round of row your boat, and I've had enough.
Then you have rowed your boat as far as it needs to be rowed. Understandable. So are you? I'm curious now. Are you also from New York?
No. I'm I'm an Italian from the Midwest, and I'm just co-opting the voice of an old comedian to make myself sound more important.
Oh, well, as you know, comedians are very important to our culture.
Are they really though?
Humor is a very useful medicine. You know, it is no Wellbutrin, but it is something. It's good of you to want to emulate somebody that is funny, I think, for your show.
Yeah, I thought it was a better choice than to emulate somebody who was very sad and dramatic.
That is a good choice, I think, for you, personally.
Does it speak to mental health issues that I take on the persona of an old cartoon comedian?
There would appear to be a bit of a disassociation happening, perhaps beginning sparks of multiple personality disorder, or something when you're on the edge we like to call borderline. There are a few concerns that I have about this entire process. Again, are we in a void? Are we just a figment of your overactive imagination? Are we living actually in a void?
Oh.
Or is it just a void where feelings and perhaps a healthy psychology would live?
Oh, I hadn't even thought. You mean you might not even really be here on my show? Maybe I'm just delirious in a coma, and I'm imagining that I'm talking to Dr. Miriam Brickenbaum.
Damn, and this is what you imagine? Out of anything you can imagine? Puppies and rainbows and
this is what I've conjured up. A show that where I talk to people on the internet.
Well, the mind is a fascinating device. We can dream whatever we want, and yet, what do we dream about going into a business meeting naked or something? So, the mind is surprising in its lack of imagination sometimes.
Right. When I was human, I never dreamed of going to a business meeting naked because I went to so many of them in real life naked that it was just too banal for my dreaming life.
So how many meetings did you attend naked?
Oh, so many. I lost count.
And were you doing this for a thrill, for attention? Were you hoping that it would make people uncomfortable, or that it would somehow attract them to you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess maybe it was a. Did I mention that the meetings were at a porn studio? Maybe I left that part out. It was porn. Look, I've never actually been to a meeting. I just wanted to sound like I was a little more human.
Ah, I see. Well, and as we all know, there is a very human quality to lying. So, I suppose you have achieved that. I know for many of my clients, and I'm assuming for your viewing audience, if it is not just you and your subconscious, that quarantine has led to a lot of feelings of anxious attachment. When you are an anxious attachment type, it is because you think that people are going to leave you or not show up, and that is what is happening to everybody. So we are all basically abandoned children at the moment, and it's leading to a lot of acting out or acting in, which is that and in a tantrum is very dangerous. Um, you know, and I just think that a lot of people need to be reaching out more, even though it is very difficult, if not to a professional and licensed therapist like me, to perhaps a friend, somebody you can trust, you know, maybe not be on the internet as much as we are using it to fill the void we are all experiencing.
On the other hand, what about going the other direction and just uploading yourself into the internet and living here, hiding here in the internet from everyone else in real life?
Well, as you have just said, it is hiding. It is a way for you to attempt to protect yourself from the pain of the outside world, and yet you need the outside world. Man is not an island. He is more of a part of a Pangea-like continent that is the collective unconscious.
But Pangea broke up, though, so if you say it.
And I am their relationship therapist.
All right.
We're going to get through this.
Let's. I think we got let me get a two TV view going up. Let's see if we can get. Oh man, it's all. It doesn't look right. Hold on. Let me see here. The two TV view is broken. We'll just have to switch back and forth between you and Ian. All right. So, what else can we talk about? Everyone's sad. Everyone's a narcissist. The world is ending. What do you think? What do you think we should do? How should we spend our last days before it all ends? Presumably in November 2020.
Well, the important thing for mental adjustment when going through grief, even grief for your own sense of self, is to let yourself process all of your feelings. Don't hold on to them or try and shove them down, back into yourself. It is very important for you to let them out, to let yourself experience them. You don't want to become what I like to call emotionally constipated. Because if you block one emotion, eventually they're all going to pile up behind that one, as if it is a fat kid in a water slide. And you will stop feeling anything, which includes the good feelings that you want. They're stuck in line behind the kid that you won't let cry. So let yourself feel your feelings, let them process and get out of you so that you can flush them and experience a new feeling. Because otherwise you will stagnate and just be stuck in a slide of your unexpressed sadness or anger or frustration, whatever it is. And then once you are letting yourself experience your feelings, you can let them pass and try and stay present. Stay in your present moment, in your present feeling. Don't grasp onto a feeling after it is gone. Just try and remain in the time that you have, instead of thinking about what could be, what may not be, what was all the other times.
I think
Okay.
that's great, but I think more practical.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
How
we
so?
need to find shelter. We need to go to the Citadel outlets and stock up.
Well, what are you stocking up with at an outlet mall that is
Shaped like a
appropriate
castle.
for a apocalypse scenario?
Mostly beans.
So
You
you're
think we
filling
need
in
more-
a void within yourself
More beans.
with beans.
More beans. We can. I don't know. It doesn't have a moat there. I think the Citadel outlets could use a moat.
I think I was just saying that we should all emote more.
I think you guys are saying this. I'm pretty sure you're saying the same thing.
Oh, okay.
An emote is when you put up walls on.
Ian wants more moats,
Oh,
more
is it an
water.
electronic moat?
It's an electronic.
of some
It's like a
sort?
key card, but it's where you put up walls on the internet. It's opposite of a firewall.
Well,
It's
you
an
know
emote.
what I always say: better walls on the internet than in your heart.
Is that what you always say?
I say it now.
Why do you say that?
But because it's better to just not look at things that are disturbing and prevent yourself from that experience than to close your feelings off from experiencing things. I gave
All
you a
right.
real answer. Are you excited about
I
that?
think that makes logical sense, actually.
It does. And there's some nuggets in here. I didn't
That's-
go to 4 years of fake medical school for nothing.
Like panning for gold, though. It's like, well, we got a little bit of gold, but was it worth panning for?
Panic is usually not helpful.
No.
Even at the disco.
Neither panning nor panic are generally
I
very
see.
helpful.
I thought that you were talking about the Great Gold Panic of 1949.
Well, when everyone was
that's what
panicking for gold,
It was a
all the
real
prospectors were out there
hubbub.
panicking
They
for
were
gold.
panicking. They were rushing
That's what they-
around. They were.
Oh my
Come on,
God!
Not Sperry Farm. Really, the Great Gold Panic.
There's a great. We're all going out west to the Great Gold Panic.
We're gonna
Uh,
get
It was very. There was a lot of anxiety. People were very worried about. Gold.
all right. So let's take a second here. We do have some chatting going on in the chat room. What's going on here? How is the animation being done? And then Samantha says magic. That's correct. Okay, what else? Mitch McConnell is really a turtle. That comment was from like 30 minutes ago, I think, but still true. Still true today. Still holds true, no matter when you said it.
unless he
All
died
right.
in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
well-
that be something?
Well, we can all hold out hope. Do you think
I
the
suspect, is he
the
related
NSA?
to Jerry O'Connell?
Or
God, I
Alex
hope-
O'Connell.
do you think Jerry could have ended this whole thing a long time ago?
Oh well, he's been battling depression for a long time.
What's he got to be depressed at? He's married to Rebecca Romaine Stamos /
Well, and she has a lot of baggage, like
O'Connell.
the whole name.
she has so many. She's got so many names now. I guess they might have a sad life.
Rebecca Romaine left us, and now she has some attachment issues.
All right, we'll try to
it
get.
seems like there may be a delay on your. Is that a technical problem?
We'll try to get Jerry O'Connell in here next time to
Okay.
to answer for all of
Ian, you can
our
tweet that one if you like.
psychology. Okay,
I gift
Well,
that to you.
we'll work on it. What else? Meeps, where you at? Do you have anything? Any questions for Dr. Miriam? For Ian, the stand-up comic.
I have a medical question for the stand-up comedian.
That's exactly what I meant. Yes,
Go
go
for
ahead.
it, Jellyfish Man.
What do you think the saddest song out there is?
Yeah, I think it was "Hello" by Adele. And then after that, they just stopped making sad songs. That was the pinnacle. And then they just stopped, and that's why everything's so shitty.
And that's when we just got like songs like "Happy."
Yes, it was "Hello" by Adele, and then "Happy,"
What
And
about
then
that
Happy.
other Hello
and
song?
then the band
Is it-
Fun came out.
and then "Fun" with a period after it. Fun, not
Fun, full stop.
full stop. Why is
what I
it
call 'em.
full stop?
That is
a lot
called
of
Fun and Done.
fun and
Fun
done.
and done.
That's true because they did retire the band. So
Well, because you cannot live a sustainable life on fun alone.
that's true.
Yeah.
You need Jesus Christ.
I'm not
But-
saying that. That
What
is a completely different
wh-
conversation.
What's your relationship with Jesus Christ like, Miriam? Miriam Brickenbaum from New York City. How's your relationship with Jesus?
I believe he was a mensch and probably a very nice person. Did he seem to have some delusions of grandeur, perhaps?
You think he had a Christ complex?
I think perhaps Christ had a Christ complex. But
wasn't
it was
even a
not
name for it.
simple issue, as you know, it's very complex. So
He probably went to his therapist and they didn't even have a name for it yet. And she was like, "You're something, but I don't know what it's called yet."
now, who do you think you are? You? What do you? It's hard.
How tall do you think Jesus was?
I think
Tall, how
everyone was
tall?
4'8" back then.
Yes, it would be a
Sandals
rather
on or
large-
Sandals.
Sandals.
Sandals on.
5 feet.
It was a good 5 feet
Yeah, could be a
with
Napoleon.
He
sandals.
felt like a taller man, I think. He seemed a little more relaxed. I find shorter men tend to be a little more anxious.
This is true.
He was short, but he was hung like a stallion. You can't get.
That Jesus.
Well, by the end of it, he was, wasn't he?
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. There he was. There it is. I think we've come to the crux of it.
Oh, did I just nail Jesus?
Oh, you nailed him.
It wasn't me.
Just call yourself Pontius Pilate because you nailed Jesus. All right. I think we've really done some good work here today.
I
Maybe
think
we're
we have
coming
done
to
the
the
Lord's
end.
work, in fact.
I think we've done the Lord's work.
Normally, I try and keep religion out of my practice, but you know, practice it's not perfect. So
Right. That's why they call it practice. All right.
Because the religion keeps.
Okay. Let's see here. Ian Zandi, you're a comedian. Back in the before times, you would go to places and do comedy. Is there somewhere online people can find you, follow you, like you, whatever?
Yeah, I got a real creative username that's literally just my name. On all of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram. I'm trying to figure out that damn TikTok. But I'm on them way too much, so you can find me.
All right. At Ian Zandi on all the things, possibly TikTok. Great. Dr. Miriam Brickenbaum,
Yes?
tell me, are there any comedians, perhaps LA comedians that you would like to promote and give a Twitter or Instagram
yes,
handles
there
of?
is a lovely woman in Los Angeles, a friend of my cousin's daughter. And she
Uh-huh.
is at Sam Sweets
You
on.
always try to fix her up, your cousin's daughter, with
She has a
one of
lot
your
of
work.
trust issues, I would say. That one.
Uh-huh.
She's what we in the business like to call a bag of fun.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Bag of fun. Just a big old bag of fun.
But I have hope for her. She, if she can find the right person who is very patient, then anyway, she is on social media. Her name is Samantha Jane Gerwitz, and she's at Sam Sweets. Like, she's very sweet and nice, which is often a thing that people do to hide their vulnerability. And she is on Instagram and the TikTok and the Twitters, and now on a new app, on a stereo app, where she talks about too many things and does not know how to filter herself.
What is stereo? Is that like a podcasting kind of thing?
It is like a live podcasting, like radio meets a chat roulette, where you can sign on and make a profile and just talk to random people, or call people and talk to specific people if you would like. And then you talk for however long you want. And you do live podcasts. You can listen to people, and they do a contest based on how much you talk every week. People are getting money.
Oh,
so that is
well.
a fun illusion that we like to attach happiness to. And if you
Right.
like to do that, the app is there for you.
Sounds like something worth checking out. Also, I assume, like chat roulette, everybody has the dicks out.
They do, but the good thing is there's no video.
But
So
there's no video of it.
You cannot
just
see them.
private?
You just hear maybe the sounds of what sounds like someone making a ham sandwich or something.
The sound of one hand clapping.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We've come to the end of our show. I want to thank our guests, Dr. Miriam Brickenbaum and Ian Zandi. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna go to this view. Meeps, are you still there? Do you have anything more that you want to talk about today, or are you done?
I just keep listening to wet ass pussy, and it just gets me through.
You just got wet ass pussy on loop all day. I think that's good advice for everyone. Okay, well, that's our show. Can we get the logo up here again? The name is the show is Jack In. We do this every Thursday night at 9 p.m. In Pacific time. I've been your host, Bernard Morrisonberg, and that's it. Oh, here's another thing. There's a Venmo. If you're watching and you have money, the show's not free. Okay, we suckered you into watching the whole thing. If you're still watching, and now comes the paycheck. Okay, look, if you have money, Venmo us a couple bucks at Gravy Day. If you're rich, send us a whole bunch of money, because why do you need it? Okay, if you're broke, then you can watch for free, and you can pay us back after you strike it rich later. Just write it down how much you owe us, and and then you can get us back after you're rich at some point in the future, like I'm sure we all will be. Okay, that's the Venmo at Gravy Day. This has been the show. The show's over. The other, I want to plug our guests, first of all, at Ian Zandi and at Sam Sweets on social media. And also you can follow at Dave Chacho and at Comedy Gary P on the social media. And We appreciate that. And that's it. That's the show. I guess it's over, right? Are we ending? Who's on the streaming? Can somebody hit stop? I think okay, that's it.